Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we are making fruit cake and this recipe is going to be so yummy, and if you don't like fruit cake before, I bet you have to try this recipe. So here is our cake pan, and here I'm using 8 inches cake pan, and also I'm applying some of my cake release, and I'm going to drop the link to the recipe so you can learn how to make it at your home. So I just put some parchment paper, and here is my pot. So the other fruit cake, you can soak that one in your gin, your alcohol, in your alcohol, with your alcohol, I mean. But here I'm going to boil this all these fruit together. This recipe is so delicious and it's so simple to make. So here I have some my dry fruit, and also all the recipes I use, they are going to be under the description below. You can find all the recipes there. After we've added all these ingredients, the dry fruit, the orange zest, the orange juice, we are going to make sure we put it on our top of our stove top, and we are going to cook all this together. This recipe is so easy and is super delicious. So here we are going to cook it under a low steam. Make sure you use a bigger pot. So if your own is just like my own, be careful and you keep stirring it little by little, because this cooking is not going to take us more than 10 minutes. Will be done. So here we have done cooking it. I'm just going to transfer it to a wider plate because I want it to cool on time. But if you have time, you can prepare this ahead before you start your cake batter. So here is the dry ingredients. I have some flour, some baking powder, some cinnamon powder, nutmeg, salt. So we are just going to gently whisk all these dry ingredients together, and we'll set it aside. So if you are using the soft date, we have the soft one, we have the hard one. So I'm using the hard one here. If you use the hard one, you can cook all together, but if you are using the soft one, you are going to add it after you have already cooked it, and you add it when we are adding our fruit to our mixture. So here you see me adding my eggs, and I whisk it, then add my granulated sugar. So after I've done this process, it's time for us to bring our fruits, and this fruit they've cooled. So if it's not cool, it might cook your eggs. So make sure you've cooked them and it's cool. So you can see it's so already looking delicious. So I'm just going to make sure I scrape everything so that nothing goes to waste. So you can see me using my spatula to make sure I just turn it and make sure everything is well combined. After this, it's time for us to add our dry ingredients, and we'll mix it until we've added everything. Do not overmix, just gently make sure that our dry ingredient is combined with the fruits and the egg mixture with the sugar. Everything is well combined. That is what we are looking here for. So now that we've done this, I'm going to remove my whisk so that I can take my spatula and make sure you scrub the side of your bowl. Sometimes if you don't do it this way, you might have some dry ingredient left under the bowl. So make sure you just fold it like this, and when you are done, it's time for us to take it outside so we can bring our pan, which we've already prepared before. Then we pour our cake batter. This is delicious. You have to try this recipe. If you don't eat fruit cake before, I bet you this fruit cake is going to be so yummy and you will love the recipe. So here we are going to take it inside our oven and bake it. So I'm just tapping it to make sure if there is any air trap to remove. Here is our syrup, and this syrup is optional. So I added the orange juice, some sugar, some lemon zest. If you don't want the orange zest, I mean, if you don't want it, the zest at the top of your cake, you can remove it. So I just heated the syrup. Make sure it's cooked a bit, so no melt, and it will be ready. And here is our cake. Is perfectly baked, and when you pull your skewer or your bamboo stick and it comes out clean, you know it's already ready. So here I'm just using my palette knife to make sure I run it at the edge so that I can remove it from my pan. If this is your first time of you seeing my video, you are highly welcome. Here is easy delicious recipe. You can click on the subscribe button to follow me for more video, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much. So here our cake is perfectly baked, cooked, and here I want to add the syrup. The reason why I'm doing it, I want the syrup to sink inside the cake. So you can see me just adding the syrup, our orange syrup that we've prepared before, and it's already cool. So I'm just adding it to the top, and it's time for us to take a slice, and so we can taste our cake. And this cake, I bet you, is so delicious and it's so easy to make. So here is our fruit cake. Please do save this recipe for when you need it. You can always dive in, and I know my beautiful family here can do it. And if you do it, don't forget to send us photo on our Facebook page so that we can appreciate you and also send you a big hug. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.